Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I just wanted to come on today to talk about the earthquake that happened in Bangkok over the weekend. You've probably seen on social media and the news that there was a 7.7 earthquake in Myanmar, which is the neighbouring country to Thailand, and the tremors were felt in Bangkok, which is a first, and Bangkok is absolutely not used to earthquakes or expecting to have earthquakes at all, so it was a big shock to everyone. So yeah, I just wanted to come on and kind of share my experience of this, because even if just to document how I'm feeling right now, and just share like my experience with people who are close to me. And so let's get into it. So when this earthquake happened, I was actually at work. So I work in a school, and I was just sitting at my desk. The kids were not in the classroom at the time, and my kids that I teach are like 7 and 8 years old. So they were not in the class at the time. I was sitting at my desk on my laptop. I just felt this like sideways swaying sensation. Like I got really dizzy or I'm really sick, and my initial thought was, am I sick? Like, am I gonna pass out or something? And then the kids started to come in the classroom, and I was thinking like, oh no, I'm gonna pass out in front of the kids, like there's something wrong with me. But then I looked at the kids, and they were like also swaying, and it was such a weird experience, and they were just kind of frozen in place looking at me like, what's happening? So I just said, can you feel something? Because I wasn't sure if they were feeling what I'm feeling, like am I tripping? So I asked them, and they said, yeah, we can feel it, what's happening? So I got up, and I just kind of looked outside really quickly to see what was going on, and I saw like a lot of kids and teachers going outside as if it was a fire drill. So I just calmly told them to go outside as if it was a fire drill, and we didn't have an alarm going off at that time, so I was like, okay, let's just all get out, evacuate safely. So we exited the building and kind of lined up as if it was a fire drill, and just waited for some guidance as to what's going on. And to be fair, like it was quite calm. I think everyone was just in shock and not knowing what's happening, so the vibe was really quite calm considering what was going on. So after like the initial movement had stopped, we got some confirmation that it was like an earthquake. And I was just really shocked, because never in my life I would expect that I would experience an earthquake in Thailand, because it's not like an earthquake country. So I was just like really shocked. But we had to be calm for the kids, basically. Like even though I was panicking inside, I had to be like so calm for the kids, because some of them were crying and not knowing what's happening. And also at that time, Greg was calling me, but I didn't have my phone because I left it in the classroom. So he was just calling me on my Apple Watch, and I'm trying to like answer and be like, it's okay, just text me, like try to talk to my phone when I'm trying to herd the kids together. But I was worried about him as well, so when I spoke to him, he told me what happened, and it was like really shocking, like more shocking than what I was going through. So anyway, like after a while we were able to go back into the building, and then we got some emails to say like the parents will come and collect the kids early and take them, and that was before we got the warning that they could be aftershocks as well. So after we got that warning as well, then we evacuated again for a second time, because I think the fear was like that the building's not safe to be inside. So we got everybody out again, and then just started to get the kids home as fast as possible. And then teachers were allowed to leave, so I went to meet my friend who lives close by, thankfully, and my plan was to just get a Grab and call a Grab bike to get home. But I couldn't get a Grab bike. There were no taxis available at that time, so I was just waiting. So we all gathered at like a nearby restaurant, a few of my friends who live in the same area, just to be like supporting each other at that time. So yeah, in between that, I called Greg, and I was just figuring out what was going on with him, but all I could gather was that his phone battery was low. He'd run down 32 flights of stairs. Oh yeah, we live on the 32nd floor. So he ran down, no shoes, no shirt, grabbed his bass because duh, and was like evacuated out of the building. So I gathered as much as that, and like I was just trying to get home as fast as possible. So after waiting for a while, I managed to get a Grab bike. Thankfully, it took about an hour and a half or something before I could even get a bike. So I was really thankful when I could actually get back home. And then when I got back to the condo, everyone was out of the building. They'd slowly started letting people back in because they'd said that it's safe to go back in. But I was a bit skeptical, and also thinking like, do we need to get like in survival mode? Like, do we need to get supplies? So we went to the shopping, went to the supermarket, the close supermarket, and it was closed. So then I was like, oh no, are all the shops going to be shut now? But then 7-Eleven was open, so we went to 7-Eleven and we got like water and some chocolate. I'm like, what do we need? My brain was absolutely not working. I was just grabbing stuff that I thought we would need for survival, but probably stupid stuff like chocolate and cookies. But anyway, so then we walked back to our place, and we kind of made a decision that we're not going to stay in our room that day, because we were on a really high floor, 32nd floor. And after Greg told me like more about what had happened, and that he had to like run barefoot down all those stairs, and yeah, I just didn't feel like I would be able to even sleep in my room, like in my bed. So we made a decision. We booked a hotel like close by, one of our favorite hotels. Like, it was still available, so we booked that. And then we came in and just packed a bag as fast as we could. It was like half an overnight bag and half a go bag. So just, I don't know, I wasn't really thinking. I was just putting all kinds of stuff in there that I thought I might need. But it really just makes you think, like, we are not prepared for this kind of thing, but we will be. So we packed all of our things in the bag, and then we were trying to book a taxi or a bike or some kind of transport to get to the hotel. But obviously loads of people had the same idea, and loads of people from our building were also getting out with their suitcases and bags and all kinds of, they were just leaving. So I guess everyone had the same idea. The transport was the main issue. So we're actually thinking like maybe we need to buy our own, at least buy our own bike, so we could have some kind of independence in a situation like that. So anyway, we managed to finally get 2 bikes, and we just went to a hotel. And after we were on the ground and in the hotel and not high up, and we had some stuff, I started to calm down then a little bit, and we actually just had a nice night in the hotel. But then I was looking on social media and just seeing all the videos that people were posting, and I was like, what the hell? Like, buildings coming down, people almost going over the side of their rooftop pools. And then some videos that were circulating, I wasn't sure, is this Bangkok or is it like Myanmar footage, or some even posted footage from Japan. And I was just thinking, like, in a situation like this, over dramatizing things, on making it like clickbait and stuff. It's just so wrong, and people were panicking and people were trying to find information, but it was just like your feed was flooded with all these different things that were going on and really sensationalizing the whole situation, which is so bad. Like, when you want to find information and resources in an emergency, like, you don't want to be distracted by a lot of other stuff, especially things that have just posted there to scare you. And that's one of the reasons I also didn't post too much stuff. I posted things to keep people updated, and also if I found like useful information, like information about the road closures or safety information or what to look for, like cracks in the wall and stuff, that's the kind of thing that I posted. But I really felt uncomfortable with posting or reposting a lot of like triggering images. Yeah, I did post a few, but not too much. But yeah, like, I'm really grateful that the damage that was done to this city or this country is like minimal compared to what it could have been, and a lot of that is like credited to the infrastructure of Bangkok. Like, I wouldn't even think that it would be so good because of how quickly buildings go up here. Like, construction's always happening here, and things get built really quickly. So I would actually think the opposite, that like the construction wouldn't be that good, but it did withstand like these tremors, and seeing like how the buildings were swaying, it was so interesting and like scary. I honestly think that I would be feeling a lot different about being in my apartment right now had I been in my apartment at the time, because I don't think I would have been able to forget easily about how I felt in that moment. But they've said that it's safe, and I just kind of want to I just kind of want to go back to normal and not be really anxious about being at home. So that's why we're still here. And yeah, the damage that I've seen in our building is I've seen a big crack in the corridor on our floor, which is a little bit scary, and then a crack on the wall outside, but that's all I've seen so far. So I'm praying and hoping that we are actually safe, but best believe we have a go bag by the door now, and I'm gonna be like adding some more stuff to that as well, and upgrading my survival skills too. And another thing was that like I really was happy to see like the Bangkok community come together. A lot of businesses were offering resources, shelter, to people who couldn't find a place or they'd been evacuated. People in the neighborhood coming together. Greg said there was a lady going around with oranges and water that the people had got from 7-Eleven, and you know, just checking in with each other, and it was really heartwarming to see people just coming together in that situation, and just thinking about what the situation would be like in Myanmar right now is just horrible. And I hope that there are a lot of people that are donating and offering help to those in Myanmar as well. Like, we've been lucky this time, but that could have easily been us. Not to scare anyone, but that could have easily been us, and it's so close. So, you know, in those times we do need to come together and give what you can and offer what you can as well. But yeah, that was basically my experience. When we were on the way to the hotel, we noticed that the city already looked like it was getting back to normal. Like, people were having their noodles in the noodle shop, they were going on tuk-tuks, they're walking around in the street, like the massage place was open, the restaurants were open. In our hotel, the jazz music was still playing, like I mean, the performers were still performing, so everything just seemed normal very, very fast. And just the ability to stay calm in that situation, I think, helped a lot. I'm back at work tomorrow, so I think everything is okay. It was a really, really scary time, and it's all anybody's talking about right now, like rightly so. Like, we need to talk about it, and it's so understandable that that's all anyone wants to talk about right now. But yeah, I know also that a lot of people that just recently came to Thailand, like there's recently been a big surge of especially Americans that have come recently to Thailand, and I know that some of them are really, really freaked out. I'm seeing a lot of their posts online saying that they're so freaked out, they're moving out of the condo, they don't want to live in a condo anymore, they want to live in a house, or they want to leave and they already booked their flight to go back to America. So I know that a lot of people are really freaked out, and I'm in no place to say that there's no reason to be scared, because I don't know, like I actually don't know, but I'm just trying to stay calm and just pay attention to what's going on and just make sure I'm a bit more prepared in case of an emergency. But yeah, that was my experience, and I hope you've enjoyed listening to it, and I hope that I can go back to making adventurous, positive adventure content, and not natural disaster content. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.